Hello. All right, we're going to give this a second, see if this shows up in multiple places. Hopefully, this shows up everywhere we need it to. We're going to test this out. Not that place. All right. Let us try. I'm going to try this. I don't know why it's not working in our app, but welcome as you come in. I would love for you to say hello. I would love for you to share a little bit about where you're joining from. If you are new to Gather Round, this is your opportunity to ask questions and get answers. So let's see. Look at this. I'm going to have multiple lives happening at the same time. Wow, sure. Can you hear me in all the places? Greetings. All right, we got Amber Justice. Hello, Pure Grace. I'm going to open up 3 windows. This is going to be great. We're going to do it all at the same time because I'm sure we're going to have questions, and that's what we're here for. I just want to make sure I don't miss them. Want to make sure. We are working very hard to get ready for our Gathered in His Name in-person event, which starts tomorrow. So I may have to break from this to wake up my husband who's having a nap and remind him that he has to go pick someone up. So it's all happening at once. That's how we like to do it. Jen, you saw us at OCHEC. Boom. That was so much fun. Loved OCHEC. I know. It's so long. You guys want to see? Look at this. Look at these. Okay, I know it's hard to tell. I'm limping because I don't want to talk about it, actually. Okay, look at these sweatpants. Now, I want to tell you about these sweatpants. These sweatpants there's actually a very limited quantity. I literally bought them for myself, and they're a fortune. My actual cost on them was $41, not going to lie. So I actually really can't afford to sell them to people. But one day, wouldn't these be amazing? Look at this. Look at this. They say, gather somewhere comfortable. They've got pockets. They're thin. I love them. They're my favorite thing ever. But yes, my hair is getting stupid long, getting caught in everything. Okay, so what we're doing right now, if you're new and you're wondering who I am and why on earth I'm talking about hair and limping and sweatpants, my name is Rebecca. I'm a homeschool mom of 5 kids, and I'm the creator of Gather Round Homeschool. And today we are super excited about our back to school special, which doesn't happen very often. This is the only sale we've had since last year in March, and we have a price increase coming up on Monday. And what I decided to do is announce this price increase a long time ago so that everyone would have a chance to, think about it, process it, work it into the budget. And I decided to do the sale before the price increase so that it would be an opportunity to really bless you guys. So with what those prices are going up and then the discount on top of that to today's prices, this is the lowest you will ever get our materials. And so it is a great opportunity to stock up, to purchase what you need, and to get prepared for your coming school year. So that is what we're here for today. That is what we're going to talk about. I'm going to answer your questions and make sure that you have everything you need. If you are new to Gather Round and have no idea how this works, I'm here to help you. If you are just trying to figure out what to get for what ages or, whatever may be, I can help you. But that's so weird. My mic just randomly muted. I literally didn't touch anything. Telling you guys, it's been some opposition, and that it keeps saying the host has muted my mic. I think that, Carrie, did you pop in? I think it might be just an automatic thing in StreamYard. Okay. If you see that happen again, can you just click that, unmute? Okay, where was I? Our event, our in-person event is going to be amazing. I just really believe that this is going to be an amazing event. We have room for right now about 700. We can possibly expand that, but we're getting pretty close to our max. And we are really excited to have just these families coming together. And here, not only can you get the sale prices, but we got about 10 pallets of books that we are bringing to this event so that you can actually purchase your books there at the discount and save shipping. So we have people that are coming from a long ways away to get their books We're really hoping that we have enough for all of you and also that we sell out. So, two hopeful moments happening at the same time. But truly, this event is actually not about gather round. This event is not really about homeschooling. This event is just for the Lord and whatever he wants to accomplish there. And we're believing that there is going to be family restoration and that God is going to move. So there's going to be worship. There's going to be ministry. We've got stuff planned for your kids. We've got baptisms and altar calls and all the things. And I really believe it's going to be something incredibly special. For those of you who live close enough to be able to make it, I would highly recommend, praying about it, maybe making the trip. Okay, so we're getting ready for that and we're excited about that. There's been a little bit of opposition, I think, as we're facing that. And then, of course, at the same time, because you guys know me, I like to do things big. And so we're also doing the sale. And right around this time as well, I have been working like a mad person, as has my entire team. I'm sure they love me so much right now on math. And so we are also creating a math curriculum. Definitely is not ready in time for the sale, but we are hoping to release the first one sometime this fall. And so that brings me to my very exciting thing. And by the way, post your questions now. I'm going to scroll back and read through them so that, there's no dead time in this life. We don't like dead time. I'm going to fill all dead time. Okay. But the very exciting thing is that I have decided, I've told no one, but I have decided that we are going to do a giveaway for the entire math program for the year for one of your students as a beta tester. So what we're doing with our math program when we're ready to release it, I was hoping to be able to release beta testers. And I actually said, hey, we're doing beta testers and we're hoping to have it ready for our event. I want to slow down. I just don't think we're quite there yet. We are, hello. Hi. We're still getting ready. And so I really want it to be excellent and amazing. So we're doing a couple things in that. First of all, is I'm going a bit slower to make sure that it's excellent and amazing. But secondly, we are doing beta testers, and that will allow us an opportunity to test it out with a market who will get it cheaper and who will get it sooner, and then see how that goes with that market. They'll give us their feedback. We'll work through any of the kinks that we have, and then we will release to the general public. So the general public is going to be getting that math a lot later. But beta testers, which will be opening at some point in the next few months, I'll put it that way, beta testers will get it sooner. So what this giveaway is sharing about our sale. Okay, so share, and I will post an official post for this so you actually can come and post on that and know how to enter. But basically, even now, when you share these videos, when you share about our sale, when you tell people about it, you'll be able to come and comment on this post, say what you did, and we'll choose someone from that to win a beta tester for one of your kids for the year. So you would essentially get to try out that program. So it is a huge savings. It is very exciting. And so it's a way of us hopefully being able to bless you. We're also going to be doing 2 printed units of your choice for your entire family as a giveaway. So we're wanting to just do some giveaways and initiatives, A, to bless you and get you excited, and B, to help get the word out about this sale. Because in order to do all the things we want to do, like building and new products and expansion and growth, we need God to provide. And so we need you. It's a partnership, you guys. It's a partnership. Okay. So hopefully you've got some questions. Let's see. I'm going to scroll. We're going to start over here. I don't even know where I'm at. Hello. This is the app. Everybody say hello to the app. If you didn't know, we have a free app, and it is different than our site. Looks a little similar because, of course, we branded it so well that sometimes people think they're on the site when they're actually on the app. But the app is where we have community. We've got free resources like our scope and sequences and our book lists and seat work pages and binder spines, all sorts of fun, free stuff. So I'm over on my app right now. Some of you guys are coming for the retreat. Woo! Math, I mean, we're hoping, like I said, sometime this fall. That's all I'm saying. I'm not making any promises because I know this. I have some experience now, guys. I've learned some things that when I move too quickly, it can be damaging. And so I'm slowing down and making sure that this is really an excellent math program. But I will tell a little bit more about it at this event. And I can tell you I promise you, nothing like this exists. And it will be a fully customizable math. We are also looking at doing it in a dyslexic font. What? I know. So having two different options available, because I personally have a child with dyslexia, dysgraphia. And so there is some really exciting things, and it will be original and unique and beautiful and amazing and minimalistic and simple and everything you dream of for a math program. So anyways, not in time for the sale though. I know, so sad. Okay. You guys, you're driving right now. I can't wait to see you. I cannot wait. Somebody asked on the app if we have North American Birds 2 available for the sale. We do not have it available. We're only about halfway done that one. But I will tell you guys, so we're redoing North American Birds. No, this is not a revision of the first one. It's actually all new birds. And one of the birds I'm watching right out my window right now. They are chimney swifts, and they live in our chimney right now. And they're fascinating. Go look them up with your kids and tell them they're going to be in the North American Bird 2 unit. And that's got just amazing new series of birds. We've got one, ode to the first one. We do have the American Robin, but other than that, it's all new. We're going to have seat work and all the things. And that we are going to launch probably, I would say, around September, beginning of September. And that's actually going to be our 5-year anniversary. It's going to be super exciting because it's going to mark that 5-year anniversary when we first launched our first unit to North American Birds, the second one. And what else was I going to say? We're also hoping, you guys, this year, just so you know, I mean, some of you are asking, so what are you working on? We're working on math. I've updated the coming soon page. We're working on maybe doing some online things, but also I am looking at doing another Christmas. I know. I was looking through all your guys' comments, and you were asking about Christmas because some of you have done them like so many times. And I'm like, I like it. I think we should do an old-fashioned Christmas. I think we should make it kind of Little Woman-y. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it will look like, but I'm just envisioning old-fashioned and beautiful. So if you have feedback on that, let us know. But we're also hoping to do a little 2-day elections mini just in time for that. So hopefully released in October. So we have new things we want to do on top of math, on top of redoing some of our other units as version 2s. We're looking at maybe doing Africa as version 2 with all new countries, maybe South America as version 2. There's just so much to cover. And so I think in that we'll be able to give a lot of new and exciting things for this year. So yay. Okay, what else we got? New Christmas, I know. And seriously, send your feedback, because I probably will have to start that sooner rather than later. And I would love to hear if you have unique ideas of what we could do to make it different and special. Let's see. Now I'm over on Facebook and YouTube, checking in to see if there are any questions here. I'm actually not seeing a lot, and I see the few that are there look like they have been answered. So if you're on Facebook and you have questions and you're wondering what to order, you need to post your questions. And you might need to post them again. I'm so sorry if I'm missing them. There's just, 3 screens. So give me a second. If you are coming to the event, truthfully, I will be hobbling. And I really hope that would not be the situation. I was talking to Jonathan about it. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. That's the thing. If I broke my foot, I feel like I'd be okay with that. It'd be like, I broke my foot from something legitimate. I don't know if it is a stone bruise or a stress fracture. No, I'm not going to go in and find out what it is. I'm just going to limp. But it's very painful. It's so painful. And it's been a week, and I was hoping that it would be healed. I have stayed off it. Now Jonathan wants to get me like an electric wheelchair. I'm like, I don't know if I can talk without pacing. So I'm either going to be like hobbling, or maybe Jonathan will just push me back and forth. I don't know, but it's horrible and I hate it. But anyways, all the things. All right, we're over on Instagram. Let's look through and see. I know, for math, so exciting. Let's see. Do we have questions on Instagram? You guys move quickly. There's so many people on and off and on and off that there's just a lot. There's another person from Ontario. Hello. Okay. You guys might have to text me questions if I'm missing them. Will we have live streaming? We do have live streaming for our event. It is available on our website. If you go to the event page, you'll see it on the bottom. We have live streaming tickets available. So those are for purchase. It is costing us a vast sum of money to put on this event. We are going to be doing just a love offering one of the evenings. And as we're not a charity, those we're going to pay taxes on. So it's going to be super great and fun. But we didn't want to put a price on this. And so but we are for live streaming. I mean, just the AV is some of our highest cost. And so we're trying to figure out how we can do this. So we do have live streaming available, and you will get the video access after to be able to rewatch them. And then we will have MP3s available for purchase for people who are coming as well. So you can check that out. Will there be more Canadian provinces and territories coming? Yeah, of course there will. When? I don't know. In other news, if anyone wants to get a job, maybe you should apply. There's just not quite enough of us to do all the things we want to do. And there's also just, we have to go at a pace of what is sustainable aside from the actual logistics of people and working. We also have, you know, the logistics of the finances and all the things. These are very costly to make. These units are incredibly costly. The amount of labor, you know, we were talking back, it's amazing. Some of you might have seen on Facebook, I posted our original North American birds versus this one, and even the inside. We've come a long way, but there's some really good reasons for that. Some of those reasons are that we now do all our own custom art, whereas before we used to purchase images, and now we do our own custom illustrations. So we started off with one proofer, one person in customer service, one designer, and me. That was where we began. Then we added one more designer and one more writer, but the cost of creating the units was relatively low. Today, we have anywhere between 40 to 60 people that are working on these units. My cost is astronomically higher. And I think that the excellence of what we produce is that much more. And so I think we've come a long way, but I also have to go at a pace of what is sustainable as far as just, you know, making the company sustainable long-term. So there's all those things to consider. But one second. Janaya, come here. She's watching TV. Don't judge her. Ooh, you guys are texting me. This is my staff. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Look, real questions. Can you wake up Dad and tell him he has to leave right now? What? To go pick up at the airport. She came in here. Isn't she so cute?
Are you live?
Yes, I'm live.
How many people?
I don't know how many people. Okay.
Hello, world.
Hello, world. All right, let's see where we at. Suggestions for being new to the program. You have a 7 and a 5-year-old. Where do you start? So 7-year-old, you're probably looking at early reader. The way, just quick rundown, pre-reader is not required. Pre-reader is actually something we threw in after the fact. There's a lot of kids that are that like 3, 4, they want to do school along with their older siblings. So pre-reader is only 2 pages. It's usually got a very light notebooking, coloring kind of page. And then it has 1 page that ties into the older siblings. It's not required. What your pre-reader needs to be doing, if they're not reading fluently, is probably our Ready to Read or our Letters and Numbers program. So that's kind of our preschool, kindergarten, and kindergarten grade 1 programs. So you would be doing that possibly with your 5-year-old, unless they're reading fluently. And then you would be doing early reader with your 7-year-old. And the way it's designed is you would sit and read still all together. Everyone's going to get something out of it. But your 7-year-old would actually have that student notebook tying in all the subjects, and your 5-year-old would probably still be working on those, you know, early elementary reading skills and writing skills and the basic social studies and even math. It's all included in our Ready to Read and Letters and Numbers. So hopefully that helps. Okay. Is the music unit better for older children? Ooh, that's a hard one. I would say for anyone interested in music, I find this with a lot of our units. Energy, I would say older, but there's a lot of 7-year-olds I know who are genius and their brains work that way and they love science and they would be all over that unit. So it really comes down to interest. I would say for a lot of these, ones that are maybe a little bit more academically rigorous, if you go to our catalog, you will see kind of a scale that we put on, and it tells you whether something is more academically rigorous or more elementary engaging. And that gives you an idea of this is a little easier and a little bit more conversational, not as heavy of topics, or this is a little bit heavier of topics. It's going to be a little bit more academic and it's going to be a little bit harder. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean what age is. It more means if your child isn't interested in this topic, because of course you're going to have, like me, 3, 4, 5 kids. Maybe you have a younger one who is super into that and you have older ones. Then go ahead and do a more academically rigorous one, because the interest level of your younger child will pull them up. If you have a younger child who's really not interested in it, they're going to struggle because it's going to feel over their head and they're not going to be inspired to want to engage with the content because it's not something that really is that interesting to them. So in that case, I would recommend a more elementary engaging unit that will meet them at their level, pull them in, keep them captivated and interested. And your older ones will naturally, be able to keep up with that. So I think that would be where I would recommend starting, is going and checking that out. But music is one of my favorite units. Yes, it does have some older content. We do have some little notes in purple. I did a section on the dark side of fame. There's some really sad, tragic stories. There's some hard conversations that I think we have to have when kids are looking, especially this generation. There's so many young people that see fame as this glorified thing. They see it as something so amazing and so worth pursuing, and the ultimate goal, the ultimate line of success. And I think that's sad, because when we look at famous people throughout history, they have some tragic stories. They have some really hard stories and things they've gone through. And it's often a very lonely and isolating life. And so, yeah, I think it's a really important unit. And I think that, again, if you've got kids who are interested in music, do it with all ages. Hello, Jonathan.
Hi.
Welcome to our live. You really need to go. So,
I gotta pick up our guests.
our worship leaders.
Our worship leaders. Yay!
Yay!
From California.
It's going to be so good, you guys. You can check them out if you want to. Andrew and Rochelle Hopkins. It's going to be really great.
And it's the domestic terminal, right?
Yeah, that's where you're going.
There's a difference between the international terminal and the domestic terminal in Atlanta.
About a 20-minute difference, which we've discovered. We have intimate knowledge of the terminals.
Made mistakes. Made some mistakes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just text me and let me know. But I would get dinner on the way back because they're gonna be hungry. Their kids are gonna be hungry.
Okay, doke.
And then I don't have to cook.
See what we have to do. See what we have to do.
I don't have time to cook. And I can't cook, right? So sorry.
You got a dog in the background.
She came in here.
How dare you?
I know.
How
Don't
dare
kick
you?
her out. I like her. She's my little posse.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Hopefully that answered for someone who was asking for a 5th, 7th, and 10th grader. Okay, if we did Oceans as early reader, would you recommend doing it again? Personally, I would, but I would wait until the new one comes out because it's going to be a little bit richer. We're going to make sure that we cover multiple different oceans. I think we didn't do a ton about oceans. We more did it about ocean creatures. And so, yeah, I mean, you could. If I were to redo units, I would make sure that there was probably personally about 3 years in between them. So if it's been about that long, I'm sure your kids will love it again. My kids still, they're like, can we do oceans? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to do it this year when the new one comes out. So we are doing a new one. Basically, in what we're doing for the redos, North American Birds will be first, Oceans will be second. And then we're hoping to also do space. And I mean, I want to redo. I just have, there's so much more content I want to do. I want to turn earth science into weather because we already have geology and rocks and minerals. We already have, like, we've covered so much of it. So there's just a lot more we can do. All right, where am I at for questions? The music theory chording books only applicable if you have musical instruments. The music theory you can do even if you have no instruments whatsoever. We don't focus on instruments. We don't teach you how to play instruments. Sometimes we will show a piano just for understanding the notes and how they move, but you do not need to have an instrument in order to do it. The music, it's more note reading. Okay, so it's reading music on paper and recognizing what those mean. And at the end, they're kind of writing their own. If you are looking at the chording is designed for somebody that is playing on some sort of a band or a team. Generally, it was written, for example, our family, we're more and more doing worship together. And so it's for people that are, wanting to join worship teams and understand. We do show chords on a guitar and we show chords on a piano. So we're teaching the chords that are in different keys, and then we're teaching what numbers those relate to in the Nashville number system, and specifically teaching the hand signals and what they mean for the Nashville number system for kids that want to play in a band or a worship setting. So that one, I would say, have an instrument and probably have some understanding of how to play it, some different chords, but maybe are looking to now play on a team and feeling a little bit lost. And so, hopefully that helps explain for that. Is there dance included in the music unit? There is some when we talk about the Middle Ages or when we talk about Renaissance. We do talk about different dances because it goes along so much. And we do have different steps, with even ragtime and waltzes. And when we're talking, because a lot of that music, it went hand in hand with dance. And so then some of our hands-on activities, we have different videos where you can learn some of those dances and do them together. But it's not, I would say, heavy on that. It is definitely more focused on music, and specifically we focus on different instruments. There's different composer sections, especially around that classical and Baroque time period, but we're really going through, we talk about why music matters and how it's in everything. And then we go through to music in the Bible and in the beginning, from God's voice, let there be, the timbre of his voice. And then we go all the way through history, and you really get to see how music has steered history, how it has influenced history. Sometimes music itself has actually steered and influenced, and other times what is happening in the world. We talk about, the civil rights movement. We talk about, some of the unrest that was happening, the world wars that were happening, and how the response and how people coped with that and handled that was through music. And so you actually see musical styles that are birthed as a response and a way of coping with what was happening in the world. So maybe you see darker music, or so I think that in that you're actually getting to see the story of it. And even for kids, you're like, they're not super musical, I don't know if they're going to be interested, I'll pull them in lesson 1. And that's where you'll see it in the sample. But lesson 1, we talk about, you may not be convinced about music and why this is important to study or how it has any impact for you. But it does, if you've ever been in an elevator where there's, awkward elevator music, but at least it's not silent, or maybe you've been on hold on a phone, or maybe, you've been at a ball game and seen how music can invoke emotion, music can propel, music can influence, music. I mean, it's so much involved in every part of our culture. It goes hand in hand. So anyways, it's a great unit. It's a fantastic unit, and I think everyone should try it. Personally, I'm definitely doing that unit. Okay. Enough about music. Goodness. Oh, where are we at for questions? A cooking unit. I know my daughter really wants a baking unit very bad. So we may do something like that. We will see. My 3 screens. We are having a hard time doing more than a lesson in a week. Do you have advice for this? I would be curious to know what the ages of your kids are, and if you're doing a bunch of other things on top of that. I think that sometimes there's a bunch of dynamics that can impact how things are flowing in our day. And so there's probably a few more questions I would ask to be able to approach that. So I will watch over on the app to see if you have any more context for me. Okay, so that is the app. Where else are we at here? What ages for math? Math is going to be, I know some of you are like, oh, I don't know. Some of you are super skeptical and judgy, but I just want to say that when people look at me and they're like, how is that going to be possible? How was any of this possible? Like, truly, this has been a story of impossibility from the very beginning. When the Lord gave me the idea for Gather Round, I mean, unit studies aren't new, but this concept is new. The concept of being able to do a unit study with K all the way through 12, that's new. No one does that. No one does that. Unit studies are usually grade 2 to 4 unit study, or an early elementary unit study, or a high school unit study, or they're really short and designed to be just, an add-on that you do. This is designed to be a full curriculum from K through grade 12. And when I first had the idea, downloaded into my head, I was journaling, and I remember writing in there, how will that be possible to do it for all those ages? And really make it, deep enough and rich enough, and how it seemed so big of a concept. And so, I mean, the Lord has done amazing things and given amazing ideas and context. And so with math, we're hoping, it will, because I'm like halfway done the first unit. And it will cover K through grade 8. It will. I don't want to tell you too much about it. I'm hesitant to say too much about it. I feel like it's maybe a bit too early. I want to be able to have samples to show you. I want to be able to have more. But basically, what we're hoping to do over the next year, I think it will take us probably a year and a half or so, but is to release a full K through 8 that you would be able to do step by step along with us as we're launching them. And then once we're done that, do a grade 9 and a grade 10. I would like to do like a business or life math, and maybe business math, something that will be able to cover the things that we need to be able to say, okay, we did algebra, we did, business or consumer, we've got everything we need to be able to get all the credits we need to, here we go, here's math, but making it more applicable. So yeah, that's what it will cover. In Jesus' name, that's what it will cover. Okay. Doing 2 units at a time, I would personally say either with high schoolers, have them read one on their own, where they're doing one on their own for an independent study in the afternoon. And that's a great way. I find with high school, they start to have more diverse interests. They don't necessarily want to go as slow. They want to be able to do that research. They want to be able to, they're ready to go a little bit faster, I think, sometimes than waiting for the whole family. So I personally think a great way to do that is to do one family unit in the morning. And really, you can do a unit in the morning and then let them choose a unit that they want to do on their own, and just give it to them and say, you can read the teacher's guide, you can do the study, you can do everything you need. And they do that in the afternoon. That's a way of doing 2 at once. And I think it's more than possible. And it also will help you really get those credits, because credits are based on hours in most places. And so in order to get a full credit in history or in whatever it may be that you're trying to get your credit in, you need to make sure that you're doing an hour every single day. And so in that sense, if they're doing 2, they're going to have a lot easier time doing that. Another way to do it is to do a mini unit together with a full unit. And you could do the full unit together, and the mini unit, you're just reading the teacher's guide. Really, even if they're not necessarily doing the student books, they're just doing some sort of a project to show what they learned through that. That mini unit is going to be generally focused on a topic. So let's say you do our US history 1 through 6. If you're doing the reading of that and having them, read a book and write a book report, or having them even do a book report on one of those, or having them choose a famous person or event and write an essay on it, whatever it may be, if they're working on that and reading that, they're going to be getting a credit at the same time as you're doing another unit. So it really would allow you to be able to do multiple. Another idea is doing it like schools do it and having it be different days. You're doing different ones. So we're on this day, we're doing this kind of more history approach, knowing that in your student books, you're also always going to have science and socials and all your other subjects. And the next day, you're going to focus on chemistry or energy or something like that. And then you're getting almost a semester credit where you're saying, okay, we did a semester of this and we did a semester of that. So different ways. There's so many different ways that you can adapt it to work for your family. All right. So much. Where are we at? How long do you think it should take? Personally, I think it's up to them a little bit as far as their goals. If you have a kid that is trying to, really get a strong transcript to get into college or university or to be able to reach a specific goal, then they're going to need certain credits. They're going to need to make sure that they have certain things on their transcript that they can show that they've got. So I would say rewind and start there. Have a goal setting meeting with your high schooler and say, where are you wanting to be? What do you think you're going to need to get there? And then you can start to build that expectation from there. I think sometimes the problem with our high schoolers or our teenagers in general is that there is a transition that happens from us being parent, being teacher, and saying, this is what you will do. And there's this transition to them more. We get this disjointed. It's like, having our ankle tied to someone and trying to walk, and we're trying to walk and pull them, but they're also trying to walk on their own, and we're out of step and out of sync. And I think they start to have to transition. Our mindset and perspective needs to start to transition so that we can say, okay, we're here to walk with you. And yeah, we're going to take a step because we kind of know more than you, but at the same time, we want to walk with you. We want to help propel you to be able to walk for yourself. And when that comes to schooling, translating that over, when it comes to schooling, I think that means they have to start to take ownership. They have to start to be involved in the process. Well, we're not telling them this is what you're going to do, but we start to involve them. We say, what do you want to learn? What do you want to do? How are you going to get there? And then how can I help you in that? When we start to partner with them and they're partnering with us, we're not fighting them day by day to, do the things they need to do so they can graduate. Instead, we're allowing them to start to steer a little bit while we come alongside and support. Without that ownership, it will be a constant battle. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. But you're affecting possibly relationship with your student. And in the end, if they're not going the direction that you would maybe have chosen for them, then there's this disjointed thing where, well, what was the point of all that fighting and all of that pushing if they were going a different direction entirely anyways? A lot of our kids are maybe interested in trades, or maybe they're not going to go to college or university. And so we're so worried about checking off the boxes and making sure they have everything they need, that becomes what we're running after when maybe that wasn't required. Anyways, I don't know if that's your situation at all, and I'm sorry if it's not. I just know it will speak to some people regardless. But personally, I would say involve them in the process, start from the beginning, work together, find out your goals, and then say, when you're doing your student pages, okay, we're doing a social studies, or we're doing a history, or you need to spend either half an hour on this every day so that you're getting a half credit, or you need to spend an hour on this every day if you want to get a full credit. So remember, all their pages are going to be repeating things all the way through. So that hour requirement for credits, you're going to have to pay attention to that. We do have a high school record keeping journal that will help them to be able to do that. But I would personally work with them on that, and then set that goal, half an hour a day. So here's your page. You need to spend half an hour. So you can do research. You can be working on your writing. You can't just do a base, I don't know, yeah, sure, something about this, and spend 10 minutes or 5 minutes and then expect that you are going to get a full credit for that. So there has to be the work to show that you spent the time. And so that's where we need the ownership of them starting to take the reins a bit. Okay. So much. There's so much I have to say about high school. So much. Also, sweatpants are really hot. So I need air conditioning. Janaya! Can you turn on the air conditioning in my room?
I don't know how to do that.
Find someone who does. Find Sayla. Aaliyah.
Do you know?
Aaliyah, just turn it on. Air conditioning. Just turn the down button
Where?
and then hit hold in my room. Okay. Sneak peek of math. I don't.
So
Down button.
down by how many times?
What is the temperature at?
It was at 64.
No, it's not
And
64.
74.
Turn it down to 72.
It is.
Turn it down to 70.
It is.
Aaliyah.
No, I mean I put it down there.
Okay, that's good. Push hold. Hold.
Where is that? I see done, set.
Set. Done.
Just press it or hold it.
Just press it.
Okay.
See, you just watched homeschooling in action. They're learning about degrees and technology all in one. I mean, that was a full comprehensive lesson right there. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know for math. I am pushing and driving, but we're having a hard time. It's a brand new topic, and even trying to write and then see that translated into design. And then sometimes when you see it translate, it's like, oh wait, I'm not sure that's going to work. There's a lot of working and reworking and hashing things out, and it's not going quite as smoothly as I had hoped. So that's why I have taken off the pressure and am slowing down a little bit to make sure that we can do something in a way that is sustainable. And so, but fall, it's going to be fall. That's what I could tell you. Sometime this fall. Yes, you can watch this. This is recorded and it will be posted after. What else do we have? I know I have so much to say about high school, but you guys, it doesn't always go over well. I talk about high school at almost all the conventions that I go to, and I also see the reviews of those, and sometimes the reviews are very negative. People do not like what I have to say about high school. I've seen I won't say where, but I've seen whole threads about me. And one of them talks about specifically one of my sessions on high school, and that it seems like all she cares about is like the Lord. And if you just follow him, then everything is gonna, just work itself out. But there wasn't necessarily, and truthfully, I do believe that. I do believe seek first his kingdom and all these things will be added. I do believe that when we pursue kingdom and we pursue heart and we pursue character and we pursue work ethic and we instill those things into our kids, that God will position their steps, that he will be the one that goes behind them, before them. I've seen it in my own life. I am a testimony to that fact. And so that's why I feel it so passionately. It isn't something I believe with an intangible, I've got nothing to show for it. It is something I believe because it is truly the testimony of my life. I have no college degree. I have no university. I have no experience. I knew nothing about publishing. I was not a writer. I had taken no courses. I mean, look where the Lord has positioned me. Look where he has brought me. And I was a homeschool kid. And so I feel like I can say with full confidence, because of what the Lord has done in my life, that if our kids are pursuing him, that those things will come. And truthfully, not everyone wants to hear those things. So yes, I have much to say, but okay. Anyway, where are we at? Where are we at for time? 2:52. Okay, I'm going to answer a few more questions and then we will probably wrap this up. But just a reminder, we are doing, so two things that you need to remember for those of you that joined in late. I am giving away an entire beta tester year for math for a student. So if you have a kid, you've been hearing little, mentions of math and you're super excited about it and you want on that, somebody's going to be getting that for free. That is going to be print. They're going to be like magazine style. So you would be getting it would be about 13 of those that you would get every month. And you would be one of the first to be able to test it out. So if you are interested in that giveaway, that is all about sharing. Help us share about our sale. Help us share about what is happening, specifically the sale. This is what we need. We need God to provide. And for the next stage of what we're walking into, we are believing and hoping that he's going to provide through this sale and through future products like math. And so help us get the word out. And every time you're sharing, just, make a reference of that. I'm going to post on our Facebook page. And you'll be able to come and comment. I shared here, I told, people about it here, whatever it is, and you will be entered. So that is going to be coming up. I'm also doing a giveaway for 2 free printed units of your choice for your entire family. And that's the same thing. So there will be 2 prizes, and that's just by sharing and helping get the word out about the sale. I will post some graphics you can share. You can pull from any of my words that I've posted on there to be able to share and be able to let people know about Gather Round or about this sale specifically. Would be amazing. And then we're doing our in-person event. We do have a few spaces left and probably can make a few more. So if you are interested in coming and being a part of that, please do register. We'll post the link. Is someone at our gate? I feel like I see lights. Let's look. Maybe I'm not seeing lights. I can't tell. I'm going to open it and see what happens. Sorry. There's just a lot happening, guys, all at the same time. Just watch it be, you know what? It's probably like Amazon or something. Don't come up here. Don't come up here. It's the worst. You know, when Amazon comes, it's like, just leave it. Just leave it right there. It's going to be okay. Anyways. Okay, random. I don't remember what I was saying. I'm lost. Text messages. Anything else, you guys, that you have? Questions? I'm looking. Lifer was something that we did in the very beginning when we were first starting the company. And we basically, it was kind of a way for people that had pre-ordered, being able to pre-order some of those extra things as well. So it isn't something, oh, I know who that is. That's one of our writers. That is a student notebook writer that is coming to stay for the event. That is Nicole. She actually kind of steers our student notebooks. And so, see, it takes a whole team, you guys. And then soon, one of my first designers is going to be here. So anyways, we're really excited. This event is a way of getting to meet multiple other people. But anyways, sorry, there was a question that somebody had. Yeah, so Lifer is something we no longer offer. But we do have the beta tester, which will be kind of similar, that will be coming out soon. Is there a hoped order of year one? Yes. So after, and these will be interspersed. So after North American Birds, we'll probably do a 2-day elections, and then we'll probably do a Christmas unit, a new Christmas unit. And then we will probably do oceans. And then we are hoping to do space after that, and then kind of continue the progression, basically mixing in possibly some new units with some version 2 units with math launches. So we have a lot on the go for this coming year. We will be very, very busy. So no shortage, you guys, of new and exciting things coming down the pipes. Okay. I see a few other questions, but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to do a live tomorrow. Maybe during setup, I might try to do a live tomorrow, or something. I'm gonna figure out if there's a time that I can do a live during that setup, or maybe initial registration. Then you can kind of see the event and what we're doing, but also to be able to answer some more of your guys' questions, because I know that there are going to be more questions. If you are stuck and you're not sure what to buy or what levels or how this works, please do not feel pressured. We have the sale going on for 4 days, so there's an opportunity. I think sometimes there is that push, and I know that finances it's a legitimate concern and a real reason that a sale has that pressure point. I understand that, but I just don't believe that pressure is what we're supposed to be following. I really don't. If you've ever come and seen us at an event, we usually tell people, don't buy here. Take your time, go home, talk about it with your husband, print off the samples, try it out. We have a free sample of every single one of our units that you can try. I do not believe, and I know that it doesn't serve us well, because I know how the world works, and I know that selling tactics are tactics because they work, but we just don't subscribe to them. We just don't. And that is because I truly do believe that when we follow the peace, when we follow what God has for our families, when it's not pressure and it's not fear-based, it's going to end, I'm going to miss out. I think that there's honor and there's blessing in that. And I think that you will have more confidence moving forward when you can follow that piece. So one of the things that I believe, and I have seen over and over and over again, is that education is a need. It's a need. It's something that we need. It is important that we educate our children. It is actually a biblical mandate. We are told that we are to train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. And I believe that God takes care of our needs. I believe that he fulfills and meets our needs. And that's all, in Matthew, where he's talking about, if I take care of the birds and they are not worried about what they're going to eat or what they're going to drink, their needs. And in that same way, I don't think that we need to be afraid of our needs. I've seen God come through so powerfully for people who are like, I couldn't afford this, and then this happened, and God he provided. I believe he will provide. So if you are still on the fence, you're still not sure, you're still feeling like, I know this is a sale, I know prices are going to go up, and so I have to buy now. No, you don't. God will provide. I really believe that for you. I really do. And so I encourage you, if you're really panicked about it, get one. Try it out. See how it works for your family, and trust that the Lord will provide what you need in order to Homeschool your children because he cares. He cares about this. He doesn't want us just using free worksheets and just whatever we can because, oh, well, we're stuck because we can't afford it. I believe that he wants us to teach our kids from a biblical worldview. I believe that what we do and how we do it matters. And so I just encourage you, just follow peace. And if you need help coming to that place, email us at support@gatheraroundhomeschool.com. If you send an email and you are asking questions and then, for some reason you don't get a response in time, we will still honor the sale if we are unable to respond to you and get your questions answered. So we want to take that panic away. We basically are saying, we don't subscribe to that. Follow peace, take a deep breath, enjoy this process, learn what you need to learn, ask the questions you need to ask, and may God give you confidence and wisdom and discernment for each and every one of your children, for their unique bents, for their skills, for what God has for them in the future, so that you are not following fear, both fear of pressure, fear of missing out, but also fear of is my kid going to be successful? And maybe I need to do all of this because if I don't, then they're going to miss out and they're not going to be successful. May he give you confidence to follow his voice, not all the other voices that are constantly clamoring in your ears. And may he just bless your homeschool this year. That's my prayer for you. I just encourage and bless you guys. I will try to go live again tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining, and we will see you again soon. Bye.